I think our season's over.
I'm just sitting there on my iPod. It's just so frustrating. I want to be in Florida getting a tan on my back.
If you're looking for us to play sexy, cute basketball,
You've come to the wrong place.
Hello, and welcome to The Drop-Off, the summertime hangout where the starters discuss everything except NBA basketball. On today's show, we'll be stepping into a magical place where scores are settled and dreams come true. It's the Complainted Area. And my name's Matt, and with me are the hosts of the starters, Jay Skeets.
Good day, Sweet World.
Tass Mellis.
Hello.
Hello. Trey Kirby.
Hey, yo.
Lee Ellis. And the man making the magic happen, JD.
Hello. There he is.
Sorry I took your catch line, JD. I just realized
No,
that.
that's fine.
If you'd like to get in touch with the show, email us at thestarters@nba.com. Gotta scroll down to my Garth drop. Going down to my Garth drop. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Starters, or check us out on
Couldn't have
Facebook
just done that without
at
saying it out loud.
Facebook.com/TheStarters.
Well, I guess it's official. We're now on Facebook.
If you've listened to The Drop this season, you know I had a segment called The Complainted Area, where I would grumble about things, usually small and insignificant, that were bugging me.
Glad you recognize that.
Yeah, no, I never pretended they weren't. Things like people who back into parking spots and condescending high fives and the word adulting and so on. But today's not about me, guys. Today's your day. It's time to cleanse the soul and purify the spirit through the life-giving force known as complaining. I've asked you all to bring some complaints to the table, so let's get started and find out what grinds your gears. Tass, I will give you the honor of the first complaint.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
This one's called Time for an Oil Change. I'm tired of the way oil changes operate. It should operate more like a haircut. What usually happens is you bring in a car, you never know when you're going to get it back. All you're asking for is 15 minutes of work. That's all it takes for an oil change. It takes 2 seconds. But you give in your car, even if you make an appointment, it doesn't matter. There are no appointments in the oil change world. You get it back 3 or 4 hours later. Now, there are some options. You can go Mr. Lube style, where you drive it in and pay double the price that you would normally pay, because it's a drive-in. It's a drive-in oil change. You sit in your car, you listen to your tunes, and you pay a crap load of money.
You stay in your car one day?
Yeah, you definitely
I didn't
can.
know that. Car running.
And how long does that take?
How do they jack you up?
Quick. Just jack it up. You might get out of your car. I don't really know. I've never done that. I would never pay that much money.
How much money are we talking?
For what, the luber?
Yeah.
Yeah, between $50 and $60.
How much? And normally?
It should cost $30. I mean, it's all relative to the city that you live in.
Sure.
So, it's about double is what I'd say for a nice little drive-in. Either way, it takes 15 minutes. There should just be one garage open where you make an appointment, like a haircut. You go in, it's done, you get it out. That's it. That's how it should operate. That's it. Quick.
Interesting one.
Yeah.
I mean,
The car industry at the moment, though, the big thing is leasing. And then if you lease a car, but if you lease a car, they want to provide all the service for you, don't they?
At the dealership, you're
Yeah.
saying?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole...
I lease my car, and
That's right. So you never take it to just a normal...
No, I take it to them.
and they do
Yeah.
all the servicing,
Right,
yeah. So...
But you still pay for that.
Well, yeah, you can, whatever your lease is, you can have X amount already built into it that you get.
That's for suckers.
Right.
You get through a year or stuff like that.
So for Tass's thing though, that market, the mechanical sort of market, is looking for other ways to generate income, aren't they? Really, like they need people to come in and they need to be like, well, okay, yeah, you're coming in for an oil change, but guess what? We need to do this to your car. We need to do that.
Well,
that's
what the dealership is doing. They're just jacking you. The same thing from the dealership and from a mechanic. A mechanic could have this
I think the mechanics
advantage.
have lost a lot of business, is what I'm saying, over the last 20 years.
No, I actually looked into that, and that's
No?
not true. I don't know. Maybe.
I just think
The point is, an oil change takes a buttload of time if you go to a dealership or to a...
It takes too long.
It takes too long.
Yeah.
Because it literally is 15 seconds work. Like
what does the oil do? I guess it runs around in the engine there?
It lubricates, yeah.
All right.
So,
So
things
that's
don't
Mr. Lube. So that's what-
things don't dry up.
Mr. Lube has seen that problem in the market, and that's why they're charging you twice.
Yeah,
you just want a cheaper Mr. Lube, really, right?
Well,
15 minutes, you said? You stay in your car.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Lube is basically, they've made it They are the the presidential suite of oil changes. I think they offer like snacks and that kind of crap too. I didn't really look into this one, but
Do you think?
yeah, that's expensive. That's just a buttload of money as well for that. Like, what makes me angry is that you can literally learn this skill yourself. And
I was just going to ask you, have you?
I don't do it. No, I
No.
don't want to do that stuff.
The other way around it is to get an electric car.
Well, that's going to happen. We're all going to be driving them.
Yeah.
Those don't need lubricated.
They don't need oil. They don't have oil.
They don't have an engine.
They don't have oil?
But
They got moving parts, though.
Yeah,
No.
but it's not like
No.
yeah, it's
Pistons.
not like
It's not an
You
engine.
don't got any
It's
pistons
not
in
an
there.
engine the same
there's no
way.
exhaust pipe or anything like that.
Yeah. It's electric.
Yeah.
Was Mr. Lube married to Jiffy Lube?
Son.
And then they divorced, and now they have these rival lube joints.
It's possible.
All right. Well, anyways, I guess I'm in on that. I
It
hate
takes long.
cars.
Yeah, it just takes too long.
All right. It takes too long.
that's it.
All right.
Not going to argue that.
Lee, what you got for us?
Yeah. I've
No, I'm
been-
not asking you if you're in. I'm asking you to give me a new complaint.
We're not all weighing in
We
on
got
it.
a lot
right,
of
right,
complaints to get
Okay,
to.
Yeah,
okay,
I mean,
okay,
yeah. This
okay.
is
We're
this
sort of weighing in as they come out.
Okay,
you know?
right. Well, mine relates to carry-on luggage on airplanes.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm already
I'm
intrigued.
with you, actually. That's one of mine as well. Let's see what you have to say.
I pack all my non-urgent things into my checked luggage. Carry-on luggage should be a few things that you might need while on board. Depending on the length of your flight, that could vary. If you're going for a 1-hour flight, there's almost nothing you're going to urgently need that you can't just carry either in a hand or in a small backpack. Laptop computer, that has to come on with you. That's fine. Headphones, things like that you're going to need, right? There's a small bag that you can put those things into so that when you put your bag up in the overhead luggage, it doesn't make it so that no one else can fit their own bags up there. But it's gone too far. People now are trolleying down the aisle with a bag that is far too big for carry-on luggage.
Yeah, preach.
Clearly not urgent items in there. And most annoying is when people put them up there and they can barely even close the thing and they don't go, oh, maybe I should have checked this. Instead, it's like, air hostess, can you come and stuff this in here for me? Because it's far too big and this is a small plane and you don't need that much room, right?
Holds everyone up.
And then, even worse than that is if you come on after that person and there is no room above your seat, either side of the aisle, because they've got far too much space taken up. I had an incident last year coming back from Mexico with my family. Someone clearly got onto the plane early and had stuffed 6 bags into both sides, so the two sides of the overhead luggage.
I had an incident.
Yes, I used a non-direct expletive at the luggage.
Excuse me?
Non-direct expletive.
Well, the expletive was directed at the luggage, not
the person.
Not the person. Although I clearly wanted them to hear how
Sure.
upset I was at them.
Where am I going to put these bananas? You're
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
It was such a big bag. I'm sure there was room for your expletive.
And then the man got up and said, "Oh, is there a problem here?" I said, "Well, there's actually no room for me to put any of my bags up here." And he goes, "Would you like me to move it?" And I said, What would you like to do with the bags here? Words to that effect. I wasn't upset. Like, I didn't go crazy at him, but I was tried to make him see. You clearly came on the plane early, clearly to take up all the space, and then you were like,
He was in zone 1, man.
and then you're like, oh, what? Other people want to use the overhead baggage compartment as well? Oh, I'm shocked by that. Now, I travel with this young son who has also a small bag with books and toys and things like that, things to keep him occupied on a 2.5-hour flight. And then between my wife and I, we try to combine everything else into one other backpack. Again, soft, crushable thing that can sort of maneuver its way in there. It's not one of those ones that blocks out everyone else.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's straight up luggage at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, if you're a businessman and you don't want to have to check in luggage and you're going for 1 or 2 days somewhere, I can understand you having one of those small, like
roller bag.
exactly, a small one.
But this is the airline's fault because they started charging obscene amounts for checked luggage. So people are saying, why do I want to make the flying experience any worse than it is by waiting in line to check my bag, paying to check that bag, and then waiting on the other end for it to come off the carousel when I could just take it onto the plane? If they weren't charging for luggage, then people would check more bags.
That's exactly right.
Delta don't charge though for domestic.
Delta don't charge.
Yeah, they do.
Delta does charge.
No, they
Yes,
didn't
they
charge.
You have
Yeah,
a
they
you
do.
have a credit
You have
card.
the credit
You
card.
must
That's
have a
why.
Yeah.
American
Right.
Express.
You
Okay.
get one,
Well,
you
yeah,
get
I didn't
one
get
bag
charged for
every
it.
trip because
Yeah.
you have that credit card.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's booked on a different credit card, though. It was booked on the corporate card.
But if you flash,
You definitely
if
don't
you
pay
flash
for the
it.
corporate charge.
Nonetheless, you definitely pay baggage fees.
Anyway.
The worst are the people who are trying to jump in line to get on the plane first, where there's this huddling.
Yeah, that's a different.
Oh, yeah,
that's,
yeah,
that's
that's
crazy.
different.
As if the plane's going to arrive
I
earlier.
think if, for whatever reason, like you said, like, okay, you have a lot of things or whatever. You're not supposed to have 6, but by the way, I think you're supposed to have really 2. But anyway, if you somehow find a way to get 2 or 3 on there, I think it's only fair. You have too much in there. You better be putting one under your seat and taking away your leg room.
Definitely.
And, right? That seems only fair to me.
Yeah,
like not the 6 up top or with a 4
And that's
or
what they
whatever it
say
is.
as well. Like, put it under your seat in front of you.
Why can't you push that tiny knapsack under your seat? You'll have the stuff you need right at your fingertips. You won't have to be getting up and opening the things during the flight.
I use my son because he's got small legs. I put it all under his seat
smart.
because
That's
there's no one needs that leg room.
Right. You're going to put your
Right,
son
but I'm
in
just
the
saying I
overhead.
shouldn't. I'm just saying that
I
problem.
stuffed my son under the seat so I could stretch
I
it.
shouldn't have to encounter that problem though early on. Again, if you need, whatever it is, your headphones, your iPad, whatever it is you want to use on the plane, a book, fine, take it.
It used to be free to check baggages,
people
right?
are
Used to be
not
free?
but
Yeah.
people are not just taking the things they'll need on the flight as their carry-on. That's the whole point. They're taking everything
know.
as the carry-on because they don't want to wait for it on the other end.
Yeah, well,
That's the problem, though. That's the
They're
problem.
like George Clooney and Up in the Air, man.
No, see, that's the problem. People have seen Up in the Air, so now they say, I'm carrying on every time I fly. I'm carrying my purse and I'm carrying my roller bag, which we have now said you can take a gigantic roller bag that won't fit into the carry-on thing.
Yeah, I'm always
So
amazed
things
that
are
they
gone.
somehow
Like,
do.
Test it.
I'm always
We need
amazed.
stricter testing on roller bags.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
got those
if it
things.
doesn't
they got,
fit, you must check it.
yeah.
That's good.
Omit.
I am always amazed though. Like you see people struggling, I'm like, I just sit there like, there is no way they're going to somehow get that bag on there.
Yeah.
And you gotta give it up for the people that are in the airplane, the hostesses and the hosts. They somehow almost always make it work, and I'm always like, how the hell did they do that? They must be incredible at Tetris.
Yeah, they got strategies like you have to have the wheels facing out because
Yeah.
that way you can smash the top part.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
There are
100%
tricks.
with you, Lee.
Well, now there's
I'm with
there's
you.
gate checking now because there's not enough room to even get all the baggage onto the plane, regardless of size. So they're like, now they're tagging people's luggage from before, and when you take something on and it doesn't fit, then they sometimes they just put it through anyways through the carousel. I've had that happen to me where I have a roller bag, a regulation size, a 20-incher, and they take it away from you and they check it anyways.
Yeah.
The whole system's broken.
It is.
All right,
It's good.
I'm in.
I'm in
But,
for
but
sure.
I'm not complaining about people that want to carry on bags. If it's 20 inches or
Yeah, but
21 inches,
no,
whatever
I'm
it is.
saying
They've been forced into
But
it.
he's saying they do have those things there. You
I've
see
never
them.
seen one person
I
ever
know,
use
and
that.
that's what we're saying.
why
like,
have them
if
there?
everyone.
I shoved one in there once.
How was
You
it fun?
just shove it and it'll fit if it's around that size. But it's the airline's fault for charging, right?
Yeah, it's 100% true.
No, they're going to charge you either way.
it used to be
Either
free,
they add
though.
it to the price of the ticket.
But
fair.
food
Yeah,
and drinks used
but-
to
You
be
know what?
free as well.
Just pay it and check your bags.
Nah.
Just
I'm with you.
do it because it's a fool's game. Not checking your bag. First of all, I never have to wait. It's always there when I go.
What?
No.
90% of the time.
Delta's pretty good.
Would you like to
They
hear
have a guarantee,
anyways,
right? Like
that's
20
not even-
minutes.
Yeah.
I waited.
Another reason to not check your bag is you can change your flight. Like you can, if your flight's canceled, you can get on another one if your bag's not checked. Or if you get to the airport early, you can get on a different flight. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to travel with
I
your
know what you're
bag.
saying.
So there's many
It's
advantages
not
to
worth
not
it.
checking
You
a
just
bag. It is
walking
worth
around
it.
with all
It is
that
worth
stuff.
it.
JD,
Stick it to the
JD
airlines.
approaches a flight like it's a lost day. It's
Exactly.
just like
That's exactly right.
And you just take it a little more casual, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I got my backpack. I will check the smallest bag of all time. I will check a purse.
I think
A clutch.
Just so I don't have to.
I'd be happy to
I'll check
travel
a
with you
wallet.
any
Be
day, JD.
unburdened.
I'd be happy to get on the plane behind you any day of the week.
Yeah, I'm great.
What if they
I
got
think-
rid of one row of seats on an airline? Just one row of seats. It'd be 6 less people. Everybody gets, I don't know, maybe 1 inch more leg room. There's that fewer bags. I mean, it's, I don't know, $1,400 to $1,500 they'd be losing out on, but people would like it more.
Yeah, we're going the other way though. Have you seen the schematics for airlines where the seats are now facing each other so they can fit in more seats?
Like a train.
Yeah.
Jenga legs.
Yeah. Anyways, JD, what do you got for us?
I got one that's called Lip Stink Battles. Lip sync battles. I'm against them 100%.
God.
That show, look, there's a show called Lip Sync Battles. They had Alison Brie versus Will Arnett, both of whom can sing. Why not just have them sing? Another episode, Anne Hathaway versus Emily Blunt. Excellent singers.
Did you see Les Miserables?
I did. I will watch anything that Anne Hathaway's in.
I actually just recently watched The Intern.
Really? Is it good?
No, but
I'm going to watch it.
It was fine. It was serviceable.
Why do people not like Anne Hathaway, though?
I have no idea.
I know.
She is pretty polarizing, I would say.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but
People go
there are a
half-
lot of dislikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go halfway on her for sure.
So that episode had Anne Hathaway lip syncing to Wrecking Ball, and
Okay.
Emily Blunt,
Which was a good performance, actually. I'm just telling you.
It's all about singing.
It's all in the theatrics.
pomp and
But if they
circumstance,
had
yeah.
all of that pomp and circumstance, and she was singing, that would be the best show ever produced ever.
I think people underestimate Miley Cyrus's voice.
It's
Can
not-
she keep
it's-
up?
Oh, that's what. Yes, she can.
That's what
And
he
then
said.
Emily Blunt singing "No Diggity." I want to hear her sing that, not Blackstreet.
I heard Anna Kendrick sing it.
I just watched that. God, I hate that
two
movie
people
so
on
damn
that
much.
show singing.
No, I
No,
saw
no,
Pitch
Pitch Perfect.
Perfect, and she sings No Diggity.
Anna Kendrick, by the way, also on an episode of Lip Sync Battle.
Wait, so okay, just give me an example of two people that have been on the show that can't sing. Are
Terry
you okay with that?
Crews versus Mike Tyson. I would love to see both of those guys sing.
Oh, so you're saying regardless of whether you can sing, I want to see you give it the
Yeah.
old college try.
But
Right,
you're
exactly.
going to get half the amount of celebrities willing to try, aren't you? I mean, you're fine with that,
maybe.
is what you're saying.
I
Well,
guess
in
so.
theory, you are, because some people are like, I'm not a good. Like a lot of people are like, I'm not a good singer. I could do that, even if they could.
Right.
But hey, go up there. We got dancers everywhere. All this is happening. Just move your mouth, make it look like you're pretending
Yeah,
to lip sync.
exactly.
The other thing that does piss me off about that show, some of them are not even lip syncing. Like they're not even close to
Oh, yeah,
actually
yeah.
looking like they're pretending to sing.
Right.
In some cases,
Yeah.
like at least pretend that you're like lip sync. That's
sync
the
it.
point of it.
It just shouldn't be a show.
Exactly.
So you basically want celebrity voice.
Basically,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yes, I do.
That's
I want
they
the
haven't
exact
done
same
that.
show
Yeah.
with them singing. They had Justin Bieber doing Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. That
Justin
would be...
Bieber was on Lip Sync Battle?
Yes. He's a singer.
That's very weird.
It is.
Started
it's
as a
very
busker.
weird.
Buskin' Bieber.
Buskin' babes.
Yes, okay. I don't like it. I'm in.
Right.
I want
Awesome.
celebrity voice now. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Let's pitch it.
Okay.
You don't think
where's
that's
do that,
already
Carson
been? I mean,
Daly.
they got Dancing with celebrities. What is it called?
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the celebrities. Trey?
This is an on-the-fly complaint because
Nice.
one of mine was people bringing too many roller bags on.
Wow, that's crazy.
We've both been traveling a lot lately.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This one's called
Fresh.
Taking a Sit. And it also revolves around airlines. You get to your flight, everybody lands immediately. The aisle
Yeah.
fills up with people standing to get their stuff out of the the overhead storage containers. Even if you're in row 27 to 34, you're not going anywhere for 10 to 15 minutes. So why do I have to sit there, usually on the aisle, I'm an aisle seat man, with so many people just standing here, taking things up, smacking me in the head, hitting me with their stomach, hipping me in the face. You're not going anywhere. Sit down. We have a pretty good plan for how we're going to get out. There are aisles that lead into the aisles. Just follow the plan.
People just want to. First off, they're antsy. They're there, so they think you're right. Somehow they're hurrying it up by standing up
Yeah.
and getting their bag. They're not. You're right. They also, I mean, you have been sitting on whatever how long the flight is. You just want to get up for the fact of, for the sake of getting up. I also think the movies sometimes don't continue.
True.
Movies should continue in that situation because that would give me a reason to continue to sit
Sit
there
and wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a sitter.
At least
I
phones
can't-
work
I can't
now.
Get up.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
phones work now. But not only do you get the bags in the head, if you're an aisle seat man, you get the window seat person or the middle seat person to your left or right, whatever, in your row, hanging over top of you too, because they want to stand up and they're like, I want to get going. Yeah, the crouch below.
Look,
so
I am guilty for sure of standing when a flight has landed and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'm bumping people.
The
I'm
reasons
aware
are
of
good.
that, but yeah.
But you just got to know, you just got to hold your ground. You just got to stand. You're not looking for anything. If you want to stretch your legs, fair enough.
That's why the best flights are flights that exit out the back too.
Yeah, that is really nice.
Those are gold.
But also, if you are down the back and you want to stretch your legs, go to the little back alley area there, where you can stretch, where the flight attendants hang out during the flight.
Oh, that's the stretch zone.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, but not really once we've landed. There's no. I mean,
Maybe
if you're in the middle of the plane, there's no way.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if you're one of those dudes right at the back and you're like, I'm ready to go, just go and chill out for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
That also speaks to JD has an advantage, or checking his bag, I should say. He can just hang out and wait until everyone's boarded,
and everyone else can just roll right out of the airport.
Right past where my bag is waiting for me.
And you didn't have to lug it.
I think you've had a
airport.
traumatic experience, JD, with our old Basketball Jones days, lugging around cameras.
Yep.
And now you're just like, I'm done with this.
All I do is throw money at problems now.
Good way to
just
do it.
playing the averages.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, I'm going to lose my luggage and I'm going to be mad. But
right.
I've had so many stress-free flights now because of this new policy of mine. It's great.
Great.
All right, Skeets, what do you got for us?
My complaint is the bad bagger. Grocery shopping.
Oh boy.
You get to the checkout line. These a lot, at least place here in Atlanta. I guess most places in the States, for the most part, have someone that puts the groceries in your bag. It's actually not usually the cashier, because they're doing the cashier part.
Separate
they're ringing
rolls.
everything roll. Yeah, but the bad bagger is exactly that. They're bad at bagging. They're slow, which drives me bonkers if they're slow. They usually just put either way too little into a bag, like one thing into a bag, or too much, of course, and then don't worry about double bagging. It's someone that just has... This is what I always look at when I watch these people that do it, because then you get some people that are great at it, and they're just amazing, and it is skill. It's
the
for
bag
sure
carry
skill.
themselves.
But all I think about when I watch someone that's crappy at it is just like, we've talked about it before, I've had, and as everyone here, like, everyone's had crappy jobs. Like, that's a bad job. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a great job. You're making a little money, whatever. When I had bad jobs, be it a factory or something, I would try every job I had to try and make things, like, more efficient. That I could do it quicker and better, and, like, figure out things that work and don't, and just, like, whatever it is, bag placement, having it ready, whatever it is, just to make it seem like you're doing it faster, you're doing it better.
We're in the South, man. Slow it down.
Slow it down, but it's not. The slow part doesn't get me as much as it is the, like, putting things that shouldn't go together, my Drano with my milk and stuff like come on, like, put a little thought into that.
You shouldn't be using Drano. You should be opening up that drain and getting the hair out.
That's true.
Do they take care of your eggs?
Example.
I know you get a lot of eggs.
Well, no, not all the time.
No, you get a few damaged ones in there.
Absolutely. If you have someone that's bad at it, yeah.
Talking plastic bags or canvasy kind of
It can be
reusables?
both. It can be both. You know, if we haven't planned that we're going to the grocery store or whatever, and we don't have the canvasy bags, yeah, then I'm talking plastic.
I'm just out on this one because I just feel bad every time someone bags my groceries. I have a...
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's in Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong. There really aren't grocery baggers.
No, there's not a lot. No, that's why I said
the person
it's
that
here.
you do it yourself, or when the person's done ringing your stuff in, they kind of tag team with you, and then you sort of stroll off.
Yeah.
It just seems like such a menial, sad job,
But it's a job.
But this is my point. It's a job.
Yeah, but
it's not that bad. First off,
Yeah.
and most of them are very enjoyable people.
Foods.
I mean, moving up to cashiers is not a lateral movement. That's moving up.
See? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it definitely is.
It is.
But
You get
I
to
don't
handle
know.
money.
Grocery bagger seems more enjoyable than cashier.
Yeah.
Less
Do
pressure.
you,
Absolutely.
Unless Phil's your customer.
when
Sorry, Skeets.
you're putting your groceries onto the belt there, do you pre-plan and pre-think about, okay,
That's
bowls,
a great question.
I do that. I definitely do that.
Yes. Unless we have so much, I guess,
Yeah.
and it's sort of like, but to some extent you're putting crackers and chips together and trying to help them out. You're just trying to help them out.
Yeah.
But it's more just like, it's just like I hate when they put one thing in a bag, because then you can sometimes, especially if you're going for a big load of groceries, like you can honestly have, if it's plastic bags, thousands of bags. It feels like, and there's like one or two things.
You can honestly have thousands of bags.
Yeah, there's too many bags.
There's too many bags.
You can be a little smarter with packing. That's all.
I don't know.
It's true.
I'm out on this one.
You're not buying enough groceries, probably, is the problem.
I'm buying a ton of groceries.
Where do you shop? Maybe that's
Krog.
Krogs.
Big Kroga-doga. Big Kroga-doga.
Yeah, I'm at the Krogs and the Publix, too. And you get good people. This is the thing. Once you get a good person, you're like, oh, my God.
You seek out your cashier based on the bagger.
Well, that's the problem. They move around a lot.
Yeah.
So you're like, whoa, where are you going? Where are you going, good bagger? It's like a game of Frogger.
That's true. They do move around, don't they?
Well, the good ones do, because they're like, done. They're over there. They're doing 3 lanes at once.
Do you tip the bagger?
You're not supposed to at Publix. They say on there, do not tip us. Yeah.
And that's usually for
taking your bags.
Hold on. I never, when they ask you, because they will, especially at Publix, if you want help taking your groceries out to your car. No, we're good there. No, thank you. That to me is always where the tip would come into play.
Yeah.
But that's where they say don't do it. Yeah.
I know.
Didn't people used to tip baggers? Am I crazy?
Probably.
Oh, yeah. That's probably where they
Why
wear
are you
those
looking at
things.
me? Just because I'm from the 40s?
Well, they wouldn't have that
Because you
badge.
throw money at problems.
They wouldn't have that badge if people weren't tipping them, I guess. So people were tipping them, and they're like, hang on.
You know what, though? You're right. I should start tipping the good baggers.
That's what I'm saying.
Set an example for the bad baggers. Whoa. It's got a couple bucks.
Whoa. I got to learn how to put the pizzas on the side of the bag.
Yeah.
You should go see my friend Vance.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a legend.
Don't fall for it.
The legend of Bagger Vance.
Funny you say that. There is a best bagger competition.
Wow.
Where they like bring in the best of the best. I believe they go to Vegas and do it there, which is awesome.
The best of the best.
They are judged on, it's an annual event. They're judged not only on speed. That's the thing. Not only speed, you can be done first and not win. On bag building technique, weight distribution between the bags. That's also key. I didn't even bring that up. Style, attitude, and even appearance.
Wow.
Cool. And this is what they win. 10 Gs, a late night TV show appearance, an actual golden checkout lane that's installed in the place where he or she works, and bagging rights.
I would love to know what TV show they're getting on. They're not going
Well, they
on.
used to go on Letterman.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they come show their skill.
Exactly.
Please, not good enough for Ellen, obviously. Do you know what Rolling Stones album they listen to when they bag?
Go ahead.
Bagger's Banquet.
Matt, the pun gun drop is coming up in a couple of weeks, all right?
All right. Tassie, what do you got? We're around the table once. We're angry about oil changes, carry-on luggage, lip-sync battles, people that stand up when the flight's landed, directly when the flight's landed, and bad baggers.
Some good ones.
Can you
there.
top these?
I know a few people, not just someone. I think the majority of people are not going to like this one.
Ooh,
it's called See Ya Later After Shows. TV series after shows. Ooh. After the Hills, After the Thrones. Don't watch them.
Why?
Do not watch them because
Let's hear why.
Self-discovery is far, far more fulfilling than having someone tell it to you. Not only the after shows, but to a lesser extent, the write-ups that we see after every single episode.
Ooh.
It's just far more rewarding to have a conversation with someone about the show. For instance, I talked to my wife about the end of Game of Thrones. And
my wife?
Yes. As she and I, obviously those interwoven storylines, we broke it down. Oh, Rhaegar Targaryen had sex with Lyanna Stark. Hold on. Rhaegar is the father of Viserys. It's Viserys, you idiot. No, he's the older brother of Viserys and Daenerys, and not King Aerys. And it's just so much more fun and fulfilling, and you learn more that way. It's similar to us, jumping on the web and, I can't think of an actor's name. I'll jump on Google and figure it out. Think about it first. And I like. It's not like I hate these after shows or the write-ups, but they should be supplementary. You should.
Okay.
You should try and figure it out first with a real person if you have that capability. If you don't, then watch these shows. It's fine.
I was going to say that to play devil's advocate, though, it's like what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying, but like R plus L plus J or equals J, excuse me.
Yeah, that was on the internet.
Did you even read the books?
No.
Okay, so. I mean, would you?
I read half of one, then I thought, God, I'll just let people tell it to me instead.
Would you? I guess what I'm asking is like, would you ever have come up with that?
Probably not.
Which seems pretty far fetched. I don't think I would. I don't think many people would. But then once you hear the theory, then it's fun to be like, then you talk it out, and you're like you were just doing, like, oh, well, that could mean that.
Yeah, but it wasn't if. Us who have the conversations after the Thrones. Huh, that was a good name. If we had the conversation and came up with that theory, and then it was revealed, it would have meant something. But reading it online and then having it revealed didn't mean much to me. I mean, yes, to some extent, yeah, it's been there forever, for years, and that's the biggest theory in the show. But it would be far more rewarding if I actually came up with my wife. I would have never come up with that with my wife because I didn't read the books and because it's just out there.
But the shows are happening after the show, so you would have already seen it.
Yeah. But talking about it, I just mean, like the water cooler. You can wait 8 hours and get to the water cooler. And when we have these discussions, it's far more rewarding. Basically, you're watching two people have the same conversations you should be having.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Well, what do us single folk do, Tass?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we come and talk about it 8 hours. That's what I'm saying.
You talked about it with your wife as soon as it ended. I have to wait? That seems discriminatory.
Should have Google Hangouts.
I made her wait. We had the conversation first. And then I said, no, don't talk about it right now. I'm going to talk about it with the boys. Then we'll talk about it.
I'll come back.
So you're saying you had not heard about the L plus R equals?
Oh, I did. Of course, I saw it on the internet.
Oh, so then what? So why
listen,
are you pretending
I'm guilty
you came
too.
up with it yourself?
I came up with it. It's R plus L.
It would have been better to not know that theory.
Agree.
It would have
Exactly.
been
Well,
way
that's
more
part of it as well.
shocking and
Well, that's part of it as well.
Yeah, but
because you reveal it, you find it's self-discovery. You have it happen on your own.
But I'd argue it's way more fun.
That's the way you're supposed to watch a television show.
Way more fun over the course of a television show, be it Lost or Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones, to have that ongoing conversation with friends and significant others of like, what's happening here? What do you think's going to happen? Well, I heard that maybe this theory is that's interesting. I never thought of that theory. Well, I think it's this,
so you're saying have the discussion, but an informed discussion based on stuff you read.
Yeah.
And he's saying.
Yeah, okay.
Just do it without.
He said supplementary.
Yeah, it's. I mean, this Game of Thrones is a pretty special case. It's like
it's a iconic television show.
It's
there's so many theories that are interwoven
that
into it.
Our show is an after show.
Whoa, that's interesting.
Good job, JD.
That's a pre-show.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, that's true. Like our show definitely falls into the criticism category. Yeah. It's not the thing itself. It's not the game. It's talking about the game.
Oh, I don't watch our show.
Well, fair enough. All right, after shows, you're on notice. What's the Walking Dead one called? Talking Dead. At least that's a cool name.
And yeah, After the Hills, right? Was the first one.
Is that what it was called?
Canadian?
Yeah.
After the Hills is
I don't think it's what it was
That's
called.
the one that popularized
it. Yeah, no, that
right?
was basically the first show to ever sort of do that. I'm pretty sure, yeah. That's a long time ago, man.
No, I know that's right.
Jesse and Dan Levy, yeah, in Canada. MTV
Levy.
Canada. Levy, excuse me.
Lee.
Earlier this year, in the NBA playoffs, there was an incident where
another incident.
Dwayne Wade was accused of being rude and disrespectful to Canada and the Canadian national anthem because he was shooting jump shots while the Canadian national anthem was being sung. Some people got really upset, wanted him kicked out of the league and all this sort of stuff.
Kicked out of the league.
Well, someone wrote a letter, some politician, wrote a letter to Adam Silver and said,
It was probably Norm,
yeah. Anyway, Dwayne apologised and showed he was respectful and stood for the anthem for the remainder of the series. The point is, anthems need to go.
Oh, yeah. Be bold, Ellis.
Anthems need to go from sporting events. Every single sporting event has the anthem these days. It's totally unnecessary. At the start of the season, maybe at the start of the playoffs, start of the finals, I can accept it then. But not before every single game. Pre-season game, Summer League, they'll be singing it. They'll be singing it like 3 times a day on each court at Summer League.
You might get to sing it.
I'll sing it if they want me to sing it.
Well, next year, you mean?
Yeah,
next year, yeah.
Yeah,
next
we're just
year.
there.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is, I mean, national anthems, I understand why people want to get sort of all patriotic, but really, especially at basketball games, they come before the player intros, which hype the crowd up way more anyway than a national anthem. We just don't need them. I think it's time to move on from them and just get straight into the introducing the players and then get straight into the game. That's it.
Cool, man. A lot of patriotic people out there, man.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing, you know, like...
Why don't they sing their
true.
city anthem?
Like, you know, everyone says, rise, remove your caps and that. And I always be respectful. I always stand there and pay attention and that. But it's like, do we need to do it every single game? Really?
How do you feel about just some people say, yeah, and it's sort of weird, I guess. The people playing in the game obviously are not just all Americans.
Well, that's the other thing now.
And why aren't we playing sort of everybody's?
Because when the Raptors play, you get the Canadian anthem and the American anthem. But these days, like you look at a team like the Spurs or the Raptors, there's so many people from so many other countries. It's like, shouldn't we all be getting our own anthem? And no, it's not necessary because it's not necessary to have any anthem before the game.
It is an interesting point that if you so let's say compare arena to arena. So you go to an arena for an NBA game, you're going to hear the anthem. Toronto too. You go to that same arena to see Taylor Swift's 1989 tour. You're not getting up to sing the anthem before it starts.
Yeah.
When you go to a movie theater, you're not standing to sing the anthem before it starts. Why before this form of entertainment do we... Does he think it comes from Olympics?
I'm not sure. Probably more like World Cups and stuff because like the Euro Cup that was on this year, they're always singing the anthem for both teams before every game.
But those players are from those countries.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. That's representing those countries specifically. But even still, it's a bit like... I mean, they get it wrong half the time, too.
What do you mean?
Well, at Copa America this summer, I think it was... who was it? Uruguay, maybe?
Oh, they sang Paraguay's anthem.
Yeah, they sung someone else's or Chile's or someone like that. And the players are all looking around at each other. This is not our song, dudes. So, you know, we would eliminate that error as well.
So you're cool. You lose the iconic Whitney Houston moment, Marvin Gaye moment.
Yeah, I mean, okay,
he is saying for big events,
like the Super Bowl.
But why? What's the justification?
The Super Bowl, I can understand. It's a one-off game. Once a year it happens. But the playoffs, I mean, there was how many games in the playoffs? Like 200 games.
Yep. I don't know if that's true.
And it's like, you know, you're standing there and you're just like, oh, okay, again and again and again and again.
But I'm kidding. What's your reason? That it's boring?
It's just
or
not
that it
needed.
Just
it's just not needed. A national anthem should be something that's about like, you know, on the 4th of July or, a big day where it's like, this is our anthem, let's all sing it together. The opening of the Olympics, the closing of the Olympics, something like that. But when it's just like, well, yeah, we play thousands of games of basketball every year. We don't need the anthem every single time.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Why at all? Like, why would you do it before the finals
well,
but not before
I can understand as it's more of a
finals?
ceremonial thing, you know, like the starting of the season, the starting of the playoffs, the starting of the finals. It's like, all right, we've reached this point of the season. It's like
they show you the anthems in the finals on television.
Yeah,
but you're not seeing the anthem every time in the playoff games.
Yeah, I'm down.
Just because it's a bigger game.
This is dumb. We shouldn't have anthems.
Yeah. Because, I mean...
But it's a public event, and for some people, most people, they'll go to 3 or 4 games a year, so it's, you know, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just not needed. It's just not needed. It's not that big an event for me that needs the anthem every single time.
They play the national anthem before a high school basketball game, like before every high school basketball game.
That makes more sense. All the kids are American.
I don't know if that's always true, but nonetheless, you don't need it. I agree with you. You don't need it.
Yeah.
All right. JD?
I'm going to go into old man mode here.
Yeah. Best mode to be in.
These are corny slangs that people are saying.
Corny slangs?
Corny slangs.
Corny slangs.
That I hate. First one is hella.
Nice.
I hate it when people say hella good.
Are your kids saying any of these, by the way?
Not yet. None of these.
Not yet.
I'm getting the feels.
All the feels.
All the feels. Yeah. I hate that. I hate it when people, especially my wife, refers to their husbands as hubby.
Oh,
the worst.
Oh my God, that is the worst.
In that same vein, Bay.
Bay. I mean, definitely in on Bay.
I like Bay.
Yeah.
I don't like Bay. But the capper of them all is Awesome Sauce. Can't believe that.
How do you feel about Absafruitly?
I love it. In fact, I actually included some that I love.
Oh, okay.
So here are some corny slangs that I love. Ham, going ham on something.
Sure.
Very topical.
Shout out to Jose Calderon.
Of course. FOMO.
You
I like that
Okay,
one.
fine.
I like the acronyms.
It's an acronym.
Yeah, you got two
That's
acronyms
good.
here.
It's a good acronym.
I like it when the kids are saying that was live. Like, it's good. It's like I experienced it in
Do
real
people
life.
say that?
They do.
I'm okay.
I also like dead when something is so funny. It's
like a hashtag dead
Yeah.
or just dead.
I like that. And aesthetic is something people are saying now instead of vibe. Like, I like this. I like that. I like that club's aesthetic because it actually is a thing that you would say.
That's not slang then.
But I think it is a slang. I think it's what kids are saying.
It's a tough word to spell.
How do you feel about everything? Like this video of a cat playing with a baby is everything.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Now, do you like /dislike these in written form or having to be
spoken,
said?
especially.
Yeah.
But when I see it in tweets and stuff.
Yeah, because that's where you're seeing a lot of this.
I can't.
When do you hear your wife refer to you as your hubby?
When she actually doesn't really do it because she knows I don't like it. But she will say that too. Oh, ladies, come on over and bring your hubbies, kind of thing.
Right.
Oh, I hate it. Anyway, that's it. It's a lame one, I guess.
Yeah.
No, you picked good words though to dislike. I agree with a lot of those.
Okay. Trey.
This is called Circle the Wagons. You're at a wedding. Maybe What I Like About You is playing. Shout. Dynamite by Teo Cruz, whatever it is. A dance circle forms. Everybody's having a great time. People take their turns. But then it dies out. Nobody else wants to go in there. Nobody's bold enough to go do a move. First of all, go do a move. You're at a wedding. Have fun. Have fun at a wedding. Number 2, when it's clear nobody else is going to get in that circle, close it up.
Yes.
Close up that circle.
I 100%
I
agree
do
with
think
this
it's
one.
probably a groomsman responsibility. Somebody's got to close it up, but it just gets awkward. Everybody's standing in a circle waiting for somebody, and then after 2 minutes it switched to the next song, so somebody goes and does something stupid.
It needs to be a
never
team.
works.
It needs to be a team of people to close that circle, though, because if one guy goes in there to try and close it, then he's just dancing in the
guy
circle.
in the dance circle again. But it's like you have the whole dance floor, but then everybody's just standing around the edges of it. You gotta just close it up and get back to standard dancing because another dance circle is gonna form. It's about 1 an hour, I feel like, at weddings.
They happen a lot.
I'm so in on that, man.
That's a great one. Are you pro people saying go and then whatever that person's name is when they're in the middle of the circle?
Oh yeah. I love anything about a dance circle when it's happening, when it's live.
Yeah.
Love the aesthetic of a dance circle.
The aesthetic of a dance circle. It can be
nice
killer.
sauce.
I love adult dancing with kid in a dance circle. I
great.
love multiple people doing a bit together in a dance circle.
Yeah.
Somebody maybe will do a thriller dance. I feel like that's pretty common.
Lee Ellis.
How do you feel about this controversial one? Because this happens. Dance circle going, okay, so-and-so, Tass has done his moves, he's sort of moving out, and someone does the old push from behind on someone.
Oh, I hate that.
And pushes someone right into the circle.
It is a controversial
That's
move.
controversial, yeah.
I would never push somebody in.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would like to be pushed in, but it can be funny.
But I think you'd respond pretty well if you got pushed in.
Exactly. I mean,
That's it with a wedding, though. You got to go and you got to participate. Jump in the middle. Dance.
in there.
Have fun. Yeah.
you're there to have fun.
You're on the front row. You're going in there. You have to know that you're getting either pushed in or you're going.
True. Yeah.
But see, you would have already been in the circle several times, so people wouldn't be then wanting to push you in. It's like,
That's true. If you go in the circle, you shouldn't get pushed in the circle.
Yeah.
When you say bits, what do you mean by bits? People doing bits?
Maybe they'll do guy with a fishing pole, other guy is a fish, something like that.
Classic. Yeah, I'm in on that.
Great one.
Close those circles.
Really love
Close
that
that
one.
circle. Skates.
This complaint is called the delayed decider. And I'm quite passionate about this one. To set the scene, you're waiting in line, maybe at a food truck, maybe at a sort of
I'm already in on this.
A sort of at a place like Yeah Burger, like not. You're obviously waiting in line to get food, and it's in some sort of a fast sort of fashion. The line is 8, 9, 10 people deep. You know, you're back there, but it's moving quickly because it's somewhat fast food. You get up there, you make your decision, let's go. It's the people who are right there, like right in front of you, let's say, and you've been standing in line for 10 or 15 minutes. And usually in these situations, there is a board that has all the food on the list. Or on the chalkboard or whatever it is that you can order. And you get to the front, you're obviously behind this person, and despite standing there for 15 or 20 minutes, they get to the front and don't know what they're ordering.
It's unfortunate.
That to me is insane. Now, I have no problem you getting to the front and asking about something, this or that, which one's your most popular item, whatever. How spicy is it? I have no problem with questions, but the actual people, and it's usually people in groups because maybe they're a little too caught up in talking to each other, but they get there and with no respect for anyone behind them, honestly take at least a couple more minutes of everyone's time because they're just, for whatever reason, they're just like not ready to have their order. The delayed decider drives me bonkers.
Yeah, and then also like maybe have your wallet in your hand or find it in your purse first.
Just be
Maybe
ready.
have your
Just
credit
be
card
ready.
in your hand.
You've had all the time in the world. You only had to start really getting ready when you got like 2 or 3 people deep.
So you want to be able to jump over that person and say, just this is my order, then go back to
Hell
this
yeah.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what's funny?
Step aside if you don't know.
The delayed decider is the person that got into the back of the line and went, "Why is this line so long?"
You're right.
Such a hypocrite. That
Look in the
decider.
mirror.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move into the rapid fire portion of this. If you got one, just shout it out. Not going to go in any direction, but feel free. Go. Whose cell phone's going off? Come on.
mine.
Complaint.
Okay, that's
a cell phone reminder. People that don't
phones.
turn their
it's
cell
the
phones off.
worst. Is that one of your words, JD?
I'm
the
dead.
worst?
I'm dead.
Oh, dead.
Dead.
All right.
Yeah.
Hit me with something.
iTunes, I do not need to know the Rotten Tomatoes rating before picking a movie. I don't need to know it. I don't want it to skew.
Oh, you want to make your own decision?
Yeah, I don't want it to skew my decision.
Good one. I disagree with it, but I understand where you're coming from.
I disagree.
Space jammed. This is a lack of spatial awareness in public spaces. You're walking down a sidewalk,
God.
just stopping to look at something. Move to the side. It's similar to the delayed decider. You just want to follow the flow of traffic. It's the interstate of walking. Just do what everybody else is doing. If you needed to make a move, get off to the side.
Slow walkers, too.
Slow
Move
walkers,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Swervies.
People that will start looking at their stop and look at their phone. They're keeping a pace. Boom, stop. Look, step onto the grass.
Just
take one step to the right.
Take a detour.
Super chunky peanut butter.
I'm out on that one.
I don't know what.
I love
Have
it.
you seen how super chunky it is now?
No.
It's just peanuts.
It's just peanuts.
It gets
Thank you.
chunkier.
I am
serious?
not. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I've never seen this before.
My wife bought it. My wife bought this peanut butter. I thought, okay, like I love peanut butter, your normal peanut butter. But suddenly she buys this super chunky peanut butter. Matt, it is legit peanuts. You can't spread it. It's impossible to
That
spread
sounds
on
awesome.
anything.
It does sound. I like
you know
a
what sounds
chunker.
awesome? Peanuts. I love peanuts.
That's a great
But I
idea.
don't like
Straight
them
up
in this,
peanuts and jelly
this
sandwich.
unspreadable form.
And it was the only item in a bag when she brought it.
That's right. That's right, man.
Kiss helloing. If you're going to kiss hello properly. Don't go in for a fake kiss hello or an empty kiss hello where you just whack cheeks. You've got to at least. I'm not looking necessarily for a reciprocated kiss on the cheek, but don't go in and go with your. You can't see what I'm doing, but put your cheek on cheek. At least go. Nah.
Make
at least
it- make
pretend.
it sound.
Yeah. Don't
don't
just
just want
let
cheek to
put your
cheek.
cheek on there and get out.
Oh, so you're down on air kisses.
No. I want at least the air kiss.
You want to at least hear it.
Yeah.
Hear the sound.
Yeah, I don't want you to go
Wants
in.
a fake-
If I go
Wants
in,
the click.
oh, nice to see you. I want
wants
to
a
hear
fake
that. I
real
don't want to
kiss.
hear like I go for a, and you just put your cheek on my cheek. It's like I mean, you're that close. At least fake. I don't even need the lips on cheek. I just need to hear it.
But if you're kissing their cheek, where are they kissing?
Well, they're kissing mine.
That's like a yin yang.
Yeah, but you gotta you go
Come
two?
here, come here. I'll give you a kiss.
Do you do two
No,
or-
I don't do two. I just do one. Sometimes in South America I do two. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're that close, just make it happen. You know, don't just be like empty with it.
Did we get around it? Anyone else?
I got it.
Okay. Well, there we go. Let's just quickly recap. We've complained about oil changes being too expensive, people carrying on too much.
Taking too long. It's more about taking too long.
Yeah, right.
Feel free to correct me at any time here. People carrying on too much luggage. Bad lip sync battles, or not bad, but the stupidity of a lip sync battle in general. Taking a sit, people standing up on airplanes right when you land, blocking aisles. People that are bad baggers. After shows. What did I write here? Anti-anthems. We should not sing national anthems before every single sporting event. Corny slangs, such as hubby and awesome sauce. People who refuse to step into a dance circle, and then when no one is stepping into the dance circle, refuse to close the dance circle. Delayed deciders, people that stand in line and don't pick anything and then choose to wait to the very moment that they're in the front to decide what they want. Rotten Tomatoes being available on iTunes. Skewing your opinions on what to watch. People not paying attention. What's that? Why did I write that?
Space jammed. Lack of spatial awareness.
Oh, right,
Yep.
right. Super chunky peanut butter that we believe maybe is just peanuts.
It's just peanuts.
Jar of peanuts.
It's crazy.
And bad kisses hello. There you go. How did it feel, guys? You feel better?
That's what it feels like to be you.
It does feel nice. It does.
No, it's great. It was great. And I agreed with a lot. Those are great picks from a lot of you.
Oh, there you go.
I came in angry, but I'm leaving angrier because of all of the other complaints. So, thanks.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Sauce. Join us next time on The Drop Off, where we'll be stepping on the beach to read your emails and answer your burning, pun intended, summer questions.
All right.
Real nice. This was live, folks. Thanks for joining us. And remember, internet at hotels should be entirely free. And they should work.
Breaks the day, people.